This is Kerrigan and Company.
Prize-winning fun. The Topsfield Fair is back, October 3rd to the 13th. From heart-racing thrills and exciting live entertainment, to award-winning food, giant pumpkins, and everything in between. There's something for everyone at the Topsfield Fair, America's oldest country fair. The Topsfield Fair, October 3rd through the 13th. For more information and to purchase tickets, visit topsfieldfair.org.
No matter the weather, my co-host for today's episode always has a sunny disposition. This is Kerrigan and Company.
Kerrigan and Company is here for you. Yes, Kerrigan and Company is here for you.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to Kerrigan and Company. So good to have you with us today. And boy, do we have a great show lined up for you. We're going to be talking about some wonderful music legends from the city, and that's very exciting. We're going to talk about a wonderful program that helps so many people. But first, keeping me company today is a wonderful woman that I am so thrilled to finally meet. I can't even imagine how I've gone so long and not met her, but it is so great to have Danielle Noyes with me, and it's great to see you. I'm going to call you Meteorologist Danielle Noyes.
Oh, I love it. I can't believe we've probably been in passing so many times throughout the years.
Danielle, I know that we have been in the same rooms together.
100%.
And just did not have that chance to meet in the middle.
I know.
So now we made contact, and
It's
I'm so
nice
glad
to
that
be
we
here.
did. NECN.
Yes.
WBZ, Channel 4. NBC 10.
Yes.
WBUR. And then, of course, you have that little project going on.
Just a small one.
Just that little one. 1 degree outside, which we're going to talk about more in a minute. But wow. You're a mom of 3.
Yes.
Of course, you are the wife of, everybody calls you the weather power couple, which makes total sense. Matt Noyes, who's been hosting with me before. So, wow, I just don't even know how you keep yourself straight.
I don't know either, to be honest. No, it's a busy season, right? We've got 3 kids. We're running around like crazy. The weather never stops. So it's fun and it's exciting.
I mean, you guys don't, at least, if you had a seasonal job, maybe that would help you a little bit, but you certainly do
not. We
not.
certainly can't control Mother Nature, no.
No. You've been the TV meteorologist in all these different stations and still freelances in a lot of them, but it was about a year and a half ago, right, that you and Matt decided, I think you decided prior to that, but about a year and a half ago, you guys launched 1 Degree Outside, which is this fabulous app. It's a weather app. You guys are on there live every day.
We've got our videos right at the top of the app. There's like different facets of our company, but we've got the app, which is free. We've got our website where all the videos are on there as well. And I know there are like a million weather apps to choose from, but give it a try. It's really accurate, and that's the biggest feedback we've gotten from people. Is it helps you just plan life.
You got it. So when Matt was here, I downloaded the app, and I'm completely addicted to it.
Yay!
And I have talked to so many people about it.
Good.
And
Thank
I
you.
give it, absolutely. And and you're right. It is so accurate. Unfortunately, accurate to a point where I'm not happy. But
you're like, oh no, the rain's coming in. Here it is.
In June. That's what I was saying again. I was so mad at you. I can't even be.
That's fine. No. You're mad at Matt. So I take the credit for the good weather. We always say that. And if there's something that you don't like, you could just blame Matt for it.
So tell me though, what I know Matt talked about it from his point of view, but from your point of view, tell me why you guys decided to go in this direction and maybe step away from those full-time outside of your own business jobs.
Well, we can be our own bosses now too, right? So, I mean, from being in the news business too, we both were waking up at that 1:30, 2 in the morning for decades. So that takes a toll.
You bet it does.
But that beside itself, put that aside, TV and the media landscape is certainly changing and has been changing. So where do people get their weather? They get it on an app, or they just want it when they're on the go. So less and less people are watching TV. We wanted to do something new and innovative and be forward thinking. And that's why we decided to do this.
Sure, absolutely. And it's wildly successful.
It's been amazing. I remember when Matt was on the show, probably a little over a year ago. I mean, we were newborns in terms of the company. We're still babies, right? A year and a half in, but we've had so much growth over the last year. We've been able to hire a couple of employees. We have the app, we have the public-facing side, but we're doing private forecasts too.
Right.
Everyone needs the weather for something, you name it, whether it's the arrival of snow or how much rain's going to fall. So we're helping our partners in that respect. Want to guess how much we've saved on average our partners over the last year from using our private forecasts?
I can only imagine.
40%, over
Really?
40%. Because that's the thing. Weather's become such a commodity, right? People say, okay, you just get the weather from this app, that app. It can be more accurate. And those decisions that these people are making have an implication in terms of how much money they're going to save. Is the snow coming at noon or 2 o'clock? Is it going to be 6 inches or 2 inches? That makes a huge difference in terms of making these cost-saving decisions for any company.
That's stressful on your part, though.
A little bit, but here's the thing. We both went to school for meteorologists. We've been meteorologists for decades. We're both from here.
Yep.
We know the landscape, right? So I wouldn't say it's easy, but we've got the experience and some of the tools, the new tools that we're using have helped to really pinpoint the forecast and make them 30% more accurate. So we did some of the numbers over this past winter, and it's proven it.
Isn't that amazing too? I mean, weather forecasting has become it's such a business, number one, like you said, because it's so important to people. But number two, it's so technologically driven at this point. I remember when I first got into TV, they had, a few maps and they would get a few, you'd see the currents going across the country. And then these guys would just have to get out there and say what they thought would happen.
And if something broke, they had like a marker on a board,
Honestly, it's the truth.
Wild.
And now you're so accurate that businesses are relying on you to make business decisions.
100%, because everyone needs the weather for their specific spot, for their specific needs. And that may be different depending on what the company does. So it's been awesome. We have partners in terms of brand exposure too. So our website and our app, we have nearly 4 million impressions every month. So last year when we finally, launched, kind of was a building block, and we had, of course, the eclipse, and we had an earthquake, and we had, some of these weather-related things. But even on quiet months, we're getting that brand exposure, which has been really awesome to see.
It's fantastic, Danielle. It's fantastic.
Thank you.
Having said that, weather's changing, isn't it?
It is changing.
Yeah. We all are talking about it all the time. But even I think naysayers are starting to say, something strange.
Yes.
Whether it's cyclical or if there's something affecting it, weather is changing.
Climate change is real. That's the thing. Even if you talked 5 or 10 years ago, like you said, some naysayers maybe are starting to shift more. It's undeniable that we have many different reasons that go into climate change, but our weather is changing. We need to be forward-thinking when it comes to that as well in terms of protecting our planet. We go out to a lot of schools and do enrichment programs, and one of the main things I always say is, kids, okay, how many planets, Earth do we have? And they all look at me. No, only one, right? One Earth. Should we protect it or should we not? Because at the end of the day, that's what it comes down to.
Absolutely.
As simple as that in my mind.
Oh, you're so right. I also read somewhere, this is so fascinating to me, that you've done forensic work related to the weather. So tell me about that.
It's really fun, Kim, I have to say. So we do a number of cases. I'll give you some examples, right? A slip and fall case. I won't say specifically where, but here in Massachusetts, client slipped outside of a store. There was a leak off the roof. The water was coming down. We had to go back. You're kind of solving a mystery, right?
Absolutely.
And investigating what was the temperature. Was there black ice? What was the cloud cover? Was it snowing? Was there a little layer of snow covering the ice? For the Karen Reed trial, I went on NBC to discuss that as well. Of course, we could talk all day about that, but the weather related to that. So going back and figuring out what the weather was and kind of investigating to put the pieces together. And at the end of the day, it's already happened.
Right.
So weather's weather. It's going back and finding those pieces. There's no way to kind of insert my opinion. It is what it was.
Absolutely. And then the case moves however it does from that point.
So that's really fun.
Oh, wow. That is so cool. Wow. I'm just impressed. I really am. They're going to have to do a TV series about you.
Oh, my gosh. Stop. You can host it. Please.
Listen, we do this thing here.
Okay.
It is called the Topsfield Fair Fast Five.
Oh, love the Topsfield Fair.
I know. Can you check on the weather for us for that? Maybe
It's going to be beautiful.
I think our friends there would like that.
Yeah, so they're our partner too, and we cannot wait to go back out to the fair. The
that's
kids
so
are
great.
so excited. They've got a countdown. I mean, talk about a quintessential New England fall thing.
Well, it is, and we need really great fall weather for that, so that you can eat the great donuts.
I'll bring the nice fall weather. Sunshine,
knew you
crisp
would.
nights. We're good. We're golden.
The Topsfield Fair, it's coming back on October the 3rd, and it'll run through the 13th, and we just want to let you know that you can get discounted tickets right now. Just go to topsfieldfair.org. Okay, my friend, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, so it's 5 questions.
I just
and it's
answer on
rapid
the
fire.
fly?
Yeah,
Okay.
and if you can do it in 30 seconds, you might win a prize. We don't know.
30 seconds. Okay. Pressure's on.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
What's your favorite type of storm to forecast?
Ooh, thunderstorms.
If you have to watch one TV show every night before you fall asleep, what would that be?
Ooh. Well, it ended, but I really like Sweet Magnolias on Netflix. That's a fun series I like to watch.
What's your favorite ice cream flavor?
Oh no, I love ice cream. Can I pick a few? Cookie dough and coffee, top 2.
Ooh, together, and that's perfect. What has surprised you the most about starting your own business?
The balance. Okay, so there's a lot going on with the business. There's a lot going on with family. You wear a lot of hats, and it's about finding that balance. That's been a challenge and something that I looked forward to becoming better at.
And what song is most likely to get you on the dance floor?
Crazy in Love, Beyonce.
I love it. Very good.
Love Queen Bee.
I love that. I love that. Quick reminder again, everybody, it's the Topsfield Fair the 3rd through the 13th in October, and you can get tickets right now at topsfieldfair.org. I'm very excited because we have a really cool guest who's coming up to join us.
Yes.
Were you a big New Edition fan?
So I will say that I put on a New Edition song, Candy Girl, which was one of my faves back in the day for the kids, because when I told them, we're going to be interviewing Michael, so like, Mom, what's this song? They were dancing around the kitchen. So now there's 2 new fans of New Edition.
I love
my
it.
daughters were like loving it. So
This is what they want, right?
And I have to tell you that Matt is a big fan. Bel Biv DeVoe, he was singing, he knows a lot of their lyrics.
So I this morning I'm going to call it a mistake right now. I played the video Poison.
Oh, yes.
Hadn't seen it for a while. I've got that running through my
Stuck
head.
in your head.
I just Poison.
Oh,
And
yep.
nobody wants to hear me sing it, but let me tell you, it is running through my head. Michael Bivins, they are getting he was, of course, original member of New Edition, and a special tribute here in Boston for the band that was founded right here. And we're going to speak with Michael when we come back. And with me today is Danielle Noyes. Stay with us, everybody. This is Kerrigan and Company.
Prize-winning fun. The Topsfield Fair is back, October 3rd to the 13th. From heart-racing thrills and exciting live entertainment, to award-winning food, giant pumpkins, and everything in between. There's something for everyone at the Topsfield Fair, America's oldest country fair. The Topsfield Fair, October 3rd through the 13th. For more information and to purchase tickets, visit topsfieldfair.org.
Experience the groundbreaking masterpiece today. An electrifying all-new production of Rent is on stage at North Shore Music Theater from September 16th through September 28th. Get tickets at nsmt.org.
This segment of Kerrigan and Company is brought to you by Lucia Lighting and Design, where people in the know go for the best possible lighting and design experience. Welcome back, everybody, to Kerrigan and Company. So good to have you today. And of course, keeping me company today is Danielle Noyes, and it's terrific to have her. I'm very excited about our next guest.
I am too. I'm like a little fangirl
I know.
over here.
Well, you sang, and it sounded good. I tried to sing
stop.
Poison, and it was people
It
would
was
rather
great.
take it than hear me sing it. That's for damn
No
sure.
way.
He is. I mean, it's incredible. He is one of the founding members of New Edition, which, of course, was found right here in Boston. Bel Biv DeVoe, he's also one of the founders and one of the artists in that group. He is a producer. He's a director. He has said he's a family man, and he is also a community man. And we are thrilled to have Michael Bivins with us today on Kerrigan and Company. Hey, Mike. First off, Mike, where are you? Because I need to be there.
Well, no, I'm home. Yeah, every morning I get up and I swim. I have a good time. It's a part of it. Me, my wife, and my kids, I'm in Connecticut, but I also live in Boston. So we're like a Connecticut-Boston family. We go south, we go north. We go south,
I love
we
it.
go north. So, yeah, anytime you're in the area, please come through. And I love the studio. It looks really nice.
Thanks.
Karen and Company.
Do you?
Yes,
Let me tell
that's
you.
nice.
I think you'd be surprised where we are. I don't know. Do you know where we are? We're at the TD Garden, which is a place I know you spend a lot of time in.
Yes. As a matter of fact, I'm really good with the ticket office. Those are my people. But Wick and Steve and all of the guys in Scully, that's my crew.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm always there. You're right. I am always there.
Well, we're
They take good care of me. I feel special.
Well, you are special. That's why they take good care of you. We're going to talk more about your love of basketball and all things Celtics. But before we do that, really something cool. And we've been talking about it. Danielle and I have been talking about it. I mean, New Edition's about to get a day and a street here in Boston. Talk a little bit about what that's all about.
It's beautiful, and I think the part that means the most, God willing, we're all still here. Some of our favorite groups that we're fans of, they might have lost a member or two along the way. I've done many funerals and wakes, and I just said, God, just thank you. Some of our moms are gone. There's only 2 living moms, Miss DeVoe and Miss Bivins. Everyone else's mom is gone. People's dads are gone. And it's for them. It's for the ones that raised us. It's for the people in Orchard Park, our community that were our neighbors. It's for our for lifers who are just the biggest and best fans in the world. And then for this administration to make it happen.
That's some perspective right there.
Absolutely.
Just
it
beautiful.
is. Can you go back to the very beginning of the group? And, you talk about the neighborhood, and I know how important it is to you to this day. And I also know that you do a lot for the neighborhood. But just talk about how you guys, how this relationship all started and how you came to be New Edition.
Well, it started, first of all, there's 2 sides in our projects, right? So you have one side I lived on, and you have one side that Ricky, Bobby, and Ralph lived on. So we had like 2 sides. But what was actually in the middle was the Orchard Park Recreational Center. And that's where all of the kids in the projects went after school. You could go boxing, you could play games, you could play basketball. But what made it so special was the director. His name was Bill Marshall, right? And around 5 or 6 o'clock, there would be dinner served. For some reason, I guess they had a budget in the city feeding the community centers. So we could have a fish sticks with mashed potatoes, some green beans, a roll, and something to drink, right? And the humbling thing about it is that might have been some people's dinner.
Yeah.
They might have went home and didn't have a meal.
Right.
So that meal was special to us. And you could get it Monday through Friday, right? And that's where Ricky, Ralph, Bobby and myself met, where we came together. And, Bobby was always into pop locking, doing hip hop stuff. And Ralph and Ricky was into singing. And I was a ball player. And it's just interesting how the 4 of us came together and got that going in 1980, which kind of led us to today. Yeah. Ralph joined the group last. I don't know. We had another version, but then Ricky introduced us to Ralph, and that was the missing piece and the golden nugget.
Well, what a beautiful full circle moment then to be back for the kickoff party and for this naming celebration and the block party at Orchard Gardens. That's awesome.
Yes, and we asked them for that date. We say, instead of it being Orchard Gardens, can it just be Orchard Park for today?
Yeah.
Like, let's just go back to that title, go back to that name, and then we can move forward with Orchard Gardens, because Orchard Gardens is totally different than Orchard Park in name and in structure. It used to be brick buildings. Now it's townhouses with brick. It looks a little bit different, but the gritty, but the real, but what we called home was just a beautiful place to be. And where we were living, we didn't know we were living around the things we were living around because we were kids. We didn't think about it that way, but we survived because there was a lot of things going on around us. and we was able to keep it together.
And that must be quite a perspective for you now, because now you look back and you think, wow, we had paths we could have chosen, and thank goodness we chose this path. So we are so excited because Mike Bivins is with us, of course, from New Edition and Bel DeVoe. He has changed his position, so he got to get out of the sun a little bit.
Blame the weather. The sun was too hot.
Danielle, it was the weather.
Sorry.
This is what happens, Mike, when the sun is always shining on you, no matter where you are, right? It gets a little
it gets a little hot. The phone is reacted to the hot, and we found a better location.
There you go.
Cooler.
Love it.
Lot of glare, so we could get right back in the groove and the mood.
You bet.
Part two.
This is part two, exactly.
This is a 3-part series. This is part 2.
Well, we were just talking about, the community that you grew up in and how important it is to you to be a part of the community. I know you said off the top that you live in Connecticut and in Boston. Boston, obviously, still a place that you call home.
Boston is a place I live. I never left. I never moved out. And it was a reason why. My mom is pretty grounded. My sister, it's just the 3 of us. And we're still like a really close family. We've been living together ever since I was born and my sister was born. And that's special to me. It keeps me feeling like no matter when I get off the Mass Pike in 95, I'm still with my family, my older sister, my mom. But I never wanted to go through the airport with another city over my license. Mm-hmm. Like, that meant something to me. Like, I feel like when I hand it people and it says Massachusetts, it's a sense of pride. That's one of the other reasons why I still stayed close. And then when I got married, my wife is from Connecticut, and I travel a lot, so we had to stay close to her family because she has to travel with me sometimes. So we strategically placed ourselves where I could get home in a couple hours or I could get home in a couple hours.
Yeah.
And that community means everything, and I would never turn my back on them. That's why I try to do the things I do to let them know how much I love them and appreciate.
So, Michael, for someone who, a young kid who may be watching from Boston here and is listening to you, do you have some advice for them if they're looking to get into the music industry, or if you could go back and give yourself some advice as a young kid, what would you say?
You know what, Dan? I think about that question all the time. And sometimes, because of, and this would be my therapeutic way even knowing how to answer this, what we've been through and where I'm at intellectually with it might be too deep for a 10-year-old who just wants to sing, make a music video on TikTok. Mm-hmm. So you have to kind of answer that question without the things you really would want to tell them. Mm-hmm. Or they may think they're at the haunted house at the amusement park, right? But this business is definitely different than Disney. Disney is one form of entertainment. The music business is another form of entertainment, even though Disney stars do music and go on tour. But it's through television. What we do is a different monster. And the only thing I could tell them is try your best to not be given a gift that makes you make your decision to be in business with someone. Mm-hmm. Don't let it be a gift. Mm-hmm. Let it be the gift of patience. And always ask 2 or 3 people the same thing so you can hear whose answer sounds the best. Mm-hmm. Sometimes we get caught up in the first Uber, but it's the second one where the driver's just a little more cooler. That's what I would tell them.
Yeah.
What great advice.
Yeah, that is great advice. And I love that you have thought this through and you recognize the 10-year-olds and what you've seen and done since then.
Yes.
It's a little bit different than what they need to know at that point. And I think one of the really cool things, and we could be here all day if I talked about all the cool things about you, but one of the things that I think is really cool is that you have a real eye for talent. And you've recognized that, and you've identified. What are you looking for in young talent? And was that the same thing that you guys had, or do you sometimes see some of this young talent and go, whoa, where are you coming from?
Well, I start with myself. I was the oddball, the black sheep of my group. I really never had aspirations of being a singer, but I didn't have aspirations of dancing on Dancing with the Stars. I wanted to go to the NBA. My trajectory was street ball, Belmont Middle School, Belmont High School, D1 college, draft, playing for the NBA, being on NBC TV and telling everybody I made it after we won the championship. That's what I wanted to be. And when I think about it and I look at it, maybe me being an underdog made me have patience when I was traveling a lot and people would want to sing. Hey, can I sing for you? Can I give you my demo? I never looked at it like I was so busy or I was such a star that person was holding me or preventing me from doing what I'm doing if I'm out and about.
Right.
And I think that's what made it special about Boys to Men is that they wanted someone to listen to them sing. And the story is, my two partners already heard them sing because I was doing something else the night we met them. But when I came around the corner, they just started singing. And I'm nowhere being an executive. I'm being an artist. I'm making Poison. No one even knows what Bell Biv DeVoe. But I just said to the kid, well, what do you want me to say? And they said, well, give us your number. And I gave them a number to a hotel I'll be in 2 weeks. And the guy called me 30 days in a row after 2 weeks, and we talked. And he's the reason I'm actually became an executive. Because I said, can I ask you a question? Why do you keep calling me? He said, because I think you can manage us. I said, manage you? What do you mean? He said, Mike, just do for us what you do for New Edition. And I said, oh, crap. I never even thought about it that way.
Yeah.
So Nate Morris and Boys to Men is the reason I became an executive. But when I looked at them, they were missing something. So I went into action and said, listen, you can't sing in a circle. You have to connect. You have to engage between voice and face, and then taught them how to dance. So my answer to your question, what I look for is I look for the things they don't have because it helps me understand what I'm bringing to the table.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I think you made a great point, which is the human connection, right? The patience, connecting, listening to people, and that goes a long way.
Well, and people are impatient and they don't have the ability to do that so frequently. You were a guard when you played basketball. How tall are you?
A real PG.
How tall are you?
Well, I think on my license it says 5'4", but ever since I was 14, I thought I was 5'5". So I don't know.
We'll give you the inch
about
though.
you.
I'm not 5'6" at all. I'm not 5'6" at all.
So I want to talk to you. I'm a big sports fan myself, and everybody in this city is a Celtics fan now. Thank you once again. We're cyclical here, and we're in a good cycle. But as you well know, and we all knew this as we watched what happened at the end of last season, we knew this might be an excuse for a new ownership to start to make a few changes. So your feeling, where are they going, and what are we going to see when the first tip-off this fall?
Well, I'm going to be honest. We could just start with the series that was on HBO. I'm so happy the Celtics dealt with the pink elephant in the room, the difference between African-American ball players and white basketball players, and how great and wise Red Auerbach was drafting the first black player, Cooper, right?
Yep.
Chuck. And where it's evolved through the years with Bill Russell and Larry and all of the different eras and everything, it's one of the best franchises in the world. When you go into the Garden, you feel a sense of history, you feel a sense of championship, camaraderie, great decisions. Even when we're losing, we feel like we're winning because the tradition is so good where every team feels like when they play us, it's a big game. It could be a regular season game and not even a championship game, but it's the Celtics. And I think where we're going, I hope Brad Stevenson keeps on his seatbelt and continue to be a great GM. I think Wick, of all of the owners that I was able to meet, he's cool as a cucumber. That's always great because these young kids coming in 20, when they meet the owner, they want to have that vibe. They want to talk to you, slap five, play music, go to dinner, have a good conversation. You don't want it so standoffish. even though they're paying the check, it's still a family.
Sure.
When the team wins, everyone gets a ring that works in the office. I think where we're going might go through a little critical beginning because of our players are injured.
Right.
You know, a few pieces is gone, very important pieces is gone. Maybe 3 or 4 players, you know, Horford, Porzingis, you know, and Holloway. So that part concerns me.
Yes.
But I'm going to be open. I'm going to still be supportive. And I'm not going to put anything on them that they can't do it, because we might have a shining star in one of the pieces they have. But Pritchard is actually my favorite player on the Celtics, right? And remember when you said, Mike, eye for talent? I'm going to take that. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Because 3 years ago, I'm in a group text with a lot of basketball junkies. You know what I told them? One of the best players on the Celtics is sitting on the bench. I hope they put him in the game more.
And when they did, it made all the difference, didn't it?
You called it.
Look what happened in 25's last year awards. What did he win? You ladies know? You know what he won?
I don't.
He won the six.
Six man. Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
And my phone was going off crazy. Mike, I said, man, I told you this 3 years ago. I said, all you got to do is put him in the game. So the answer to your question, let the players play and use everyone for their talent. Instead of a 6-man rotation, let it be a 10 or 11. That could be the difference. That way, everyone's contributing. You never know who's going to get hot.
Yeah,
and that's how you win games.
You bet. It 100%. Sure is. See, that's your eye for talent. That's what we said, Mike. You've got it. Michael Bivins, thank you so much. You take care.
Okay.
This is Kerrigan and Company. Longer days and warmer weather mean more time to spend outside. Are you ready to extend those days even longer with effective and efficient landscape and outdoor lighting? If so, Lucia Lighting and Design in Lynn can stretch your summer days by helping to create beautifully well-lit outdoor living spaces. The lighting experts at Lucia will work with you to plan a space that's bright, comfortable, and secure. It'll be so great you might never be inside. Get started by going to lucialighting.com, then make an appointment to visit their beautiful showroom in Lynn, Massachusetts. That's lucialighting.com.
Have you tried Rumson rum yet? This smooth, sweet, memorable rum is distilled in the Caribbean, barreled aged, and then blended, finished, and bottled in Salem, Massachusetts. Rumson's offers 4 unique blends: Gold, Spice, Grand Reserve, and Coffee. Before you start to sip or mix your next cocktail, ask yourself, do I want to enjoy New England's most awarded rum brand? If the answer is yes, the answer is Rumson's. Get Rumson's rum at liquor stores or ask for it by name at your favorite restaurant. Rumson's. Life lived, life enjoyed.
This segment of Kerrigan and Company is brought to you by Bill Haney's North Shore Music Theater. Don't miss the 4-time Tony Award-winning show, Rent, on stage September 16th through the 28th. Get tickets at nsmt.org. Welcome back, everybody, to Kerrigan and Company. While we're having a good time, of course, Danielle Noyes keeping me company today. And Michael was awesome.
He was such a down-to-earth guy.
Yeah.
Honestly, it just seems so genuine.
I was just going to say, I think everything that we heard from him there, he means that.
100%.
He really does. It's why he's been so successful.
Totally.
And I think his commitment to his community is just off the charts.
Shining star.
Yeah, I think a lot of people want to be committed, but maybe
have a tough time doing that.
Yeah, they let their busy lives. But he's really terrific. We didn't get a chance to talk to him about being a dad. He's a
I know.
dad.
Well, you could see his shirt too. It said, dad of girls, 4 daughters, I think.
Right,
so
he's got 4 daughters.
Family guy.
So really, and stays close because of his mom and his sister.
Yeah.
So I think it speaks volumes. So thank you very
Definitely.
much. That was really fun. We frequently will ask our co-hosts if there's somebody they'd like to have on that they'd like to interview. And you had this suggestion, and I'm so glad that you did. So why don't you introduce our next guest?
I am just so thrilled to introduce our next guest. So Kerry Whalen is the executive director at Ironstone Farm in Andover. You've had over 15 years in the nonprofit sector. You are deeply passionate about the Ironstone mission for equine-assisted programs. Welcome. So glad you could come in.
Thank you. Thank you. It is such an honor and what a wonderful opportunity to be here. Thank you so much.
So tell us a little bit more about the farm for those that haven't heard of Ironstone and what the equine therapy programs are all about.
Yeah, sure. So equine therapy is really a partnership, a connection, a bond that happens between humans and horses. Horses are these incredibly intuitive animals that have the ability to meet people exactly where they are. And so for someone that might be experiencing some physical challenges, therapeutic riding might help them build strength and trust in themselves and their bodies. For someone that might be experiencing emotional, mental, cognitive challenges, spending time with our horses can help with self-regulation, can help them find calm and peace, and honestly really just be present in a moment. It is such a cool thing, and it can also be really hard to describe. So for anyone that has had the opportunity, and I know you have.
I was going to say, going down to the farm,
yeah.
It's magical. I feel like that's the best way to describe it. You see these riders and you see the smiles on their faces, and it truly is magical.
I know. We hear it too. People just they refer to just driving down our driveway and all of a sudden they feel calmer. Yeah. They're entering this magical place. Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful. I think what is so interesting, Carrie, is that you might find a rider who would be a small child who maybe has some mental health issues, and then you might find a veteran who needs just the calm of that or needs the physical movement of the horse. I mean, it really does range in what these horses can do therapeutically for people.
Absolutely. And I think that the depth and breadth of the programming that we're able to provide is really because of the horses. And the fact that they can meet people of all ages and abilities exactly where they are and provide for them what they need, be that physical support, emotional support, mental support. Yeah, it's really awesome.
How many horses do you have at the farm right now?
So we have 23 horses in our lessons and programs. Yes. The answer to that question is honestly often too many. But we do. We have 23.
So
yeah.
Do these horses have to be sort of trained like service dogs? I mean, is there a special training that they have to go through?
So I wish our equine director was here with me because she could probably speak to this a little bit better than I can. But we do a lot of training. And, as you can imagine, the horse, in order to kind of be the right therapy partner for a person, may need to stay still and calm. And so that does require a little bit of training and work. But honestly, the thing that I hear from our equine team and trainers all the time is that so much of it is not training. It's really just their intuition and them kind of knowing exactly what people need. But we do have a training team, and we do work really hard on making sure that our horses are a good fit for our programs, and that obviously that everyone is safe and comfortable and having fun.
What is one story you can share? I know there are probably dozens and dozens, either an individual or about a specific program that you have at Ironstone.
Yeah, it will be really hard to tell one. So the program that stands out the most for me is definitely our veterans program. So we support veterans that are living with PTSD. Many of them are struggling with isolation. Some don't really go out in the community much, not a lot of connection with friends and family. And they come out to the farm. So we have weekly veterans programs, and they come out, and about 8 to 12 of them at a time. And of course, they get to experience, the connection and spending time with the horses, and some horsemanship skills, and just being outside in the beautiful therapeutic environment of the farm. But the thing that we see that happens is the incredible community, camaraderie, and connection that happens between them when they are at the farm spending time with each other. It's really incredible. And we know it happens because they come back week after week. Some of them come 30 or 45 minutes before the program even starts
Just
to hang out on our benches, talk with each other in the parking lots. And then we also hear that they're spending time with each other outside of the community. Grabbing lunch, having coffee, spending time with each other's families. And so being able to provide that space for them where they can feel safe enough to connect with each other and build that community. I mean, that's what our mission's all about.
I think I remember watching which, by the way, if you go to their website, they have a fabulous video that is featured there that talks a lot about, the programs that exist and some of the people who have been involved in the programs are speaking.
Yeah.
And I loved a story about a little girl who, I believe she was deaf and she was not social. And thanks to the fact that she came and she got on one of those horses, and then she started to be more social and animated with everyone.
Yeah.
Again, it's not just the experience with the horse, but it becomes an experience, the farm as a whole, obviously.
Absolutely. And we hear stories like that all the time. I think being on a horse and around the animals allows some kids to be calmer and self-regulate, which then maybe allows them to gain other skills and learn new things. And then we just have this incredible team of staff and volunteers that are so dedicated and passionate about the work that they're doing. And they really do. They build this community and this team around our riders. And I think that the kids feel that, and they feel safe, and they feel seen, and therefore they're able to do things that they maybe weren't able to do before. And our favorite thing is that, of course, we want them to have a good time when they're at the farm, but if this is impacting their life outside of the farm, right? I mean, that's everything.
It really is.
You talk about your staff and the volunteers at the farm who are all incredible. I know firsthand, like the first feeling you get when you go there is just warm, welcoming, so happy, so passionate about what they do. How do they really operate, on the daily operations and contribute to the success of the farm?
Yeah. So, I mean, speaking of our volunteers first, I mean, they are the lifeblood of our organization. We literally couldn't do the work that we do without them. We rotate anywhere between 75 and 125 active volunteers through the farm every single week.
Wow.
And they do everything from helping to support care for the herd, care for our facilities, and then support our lessons and programs all day long. Obviously we have animals and facilities that need 365 day a year care. And there's no way that we could do that without their support. We are so lucky to have the passion that they bring to the work. And then, and then I think they also have built their own community, right? And they kind of are friends and look forward to their time at the farm because their friends are there and their community's there. So
I'm fascinated by the fact that horses, which for a lot of people are intimidating, can be, such a calming, animal for people.
Absolutely. It never ceases to amaze me when I go in the paddocks and spend a little bit of time with them, just kind of making eye contact with them. And there is just this instant calm. I don't know how else to describe it. And you just all of a sudden you become present in the moment that you're in, and all the other stuff that's going on in your life kind of fades away a little bit, and you're just there.
Yeah.
And I think the fact that horses can be large and intimidating, and for someone that may be struggling with confidence and trust, the fact that they are able to spend time with the horse and get the horse to bond and connect with them. I mean, what better trust builder and confidence builder is there, right,
100%.
than getting this 1,200-pound animal to kind of work with you and do what you're asking it to do. Yeah. So, yeah.
So, Carrie, talk about funding. How does that happen?
Yeah, so funding, we are a nonprofit, and I think one of our biggest challenges right now is that we are hearing and seeing that the need out in the community for equine therapy is greater than it has ever been before. And in order for us to continue to do that, we rely very heavily on the support of the community, of foundations. We really want our programs and our lessons to be accessible to everyone, regardless of cost. And again, in order to do that, we rely on funding. So we are, working on, we work with local foundations. We have some great community partners. But it is the nonprofit, I think, way, right? Sure. Is that it's something that we're always doing. We're always going after it. Yeah.
But you have a pretty big event coming up, which is your annual Spirit of Giving Gala. Talk to us a little bit about that.
We do. So our Spirit of Giving Gala is coming up on November 2nd. We host it at the Andover Country Club. we are super fortunate that we welcome anywhere between 350 and 400 of our closest friends and family to come out and help support our mission. And I have to say that this year I am particularly excited because we are honoring two of my most favorite human beings, Matt and Danielle
You are
Noyes.
so sweet. You are so sweet, Carrie. We are just totally honored, but we've been to this event so many years in a row. It is so much fun.
Absolutely.
We have a ball.
Yeah.
And seeing some of the stories and connecting with the people is just like the highlight.
It's so
every fall.
Well, I'm glad that you brought that up, and I, of course, knew that you guys were being honored this year. Tell me a little bit about why the organization, has been important to you, because I understand the idea that when you are someone who is in the public eye, you have a platform, and you only have so many things that you can help or promote, So you guys have chosen this.
So I would say, first and foremost, we've seen firsthand the passion of everybody that's at the farm throughout the decades that we've been involved, from young kids to, like you said, veterans to older folks. And the impact that you have had is truly life-changing on this group of people. And that there's something that just feels so good about that when you're giving back to a cause that changes people's lives.
Right.
And you can see it. And you can see it firsthand. Being at the farm when we came out in May, just seeing the group that was there. I think was it the memory unit group that was there?
Yeah, it was our dementia program.
It was the dementia program, and I welled up with tears just seeing this group. So the things that they do are just inspiring, and so that's why we've chosen and are a media partner with them for this gala, and we're so thrilled about it.
It's fantastic. It's really great.
And we couldn't think of two better people to
you're so
honor.
sweet.
I mean, they embody the spirit of giving.
Thanks,
their
Karen.
generosity with our community and with our mission has just been incredible.
Fantastic.
Tireless and steadfast
That's
for,
great.
I think, the better part of 15 years.
Yes, it's been about that long.
Yeah.
It has.
Yeah.
So tell everybody again, because they've got some time, and I'm sure tickets are still available.
Yes. So right now we are promoting our sponsorships, which will allow people to come with their friends and family at a table. We are... and then our ticket sales will go on the second week of September. The event, again, is November 1st at Andover Country Club. And all the proceeds that are raised from this event come back to help support our programs and the children and the families that we are supporting at Ironstone. And I feel like this year, more so than years in the past, feels really important and really critical that we come together as a community and we let people know that we're there for them and we're here to support them. And so I think this year's event is really particularly special and important.
We're going to have so much fun.
And it is a lot of fun, I have to say.
Dinner,
it really is a lot of
drinks,
fun.
community.
I mean, it really is. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
IronstoneFarm.org.
Yep.
That's where you can get the tickets. That starts September 1st.
That's yes.
Right. So after Labor Day, get your tickets. The event is November 1st. Of course, it's the Spirit of Giving Gala, and it's all proceeds going to Ironstone Farm.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
A really fabulous organization doing so much for people. I
Thank
think
you.
You're so right. The combination of the fact that I think people need this kind of thing in their lives right now. The world is crazy.
Yeah.
And they need this. And these are difficult times for nonprofits.
Yeah,
to
absolutely.
So, two very good reasons to go to that website and to buy tickets and to attend. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you both for
Thanks,
having
Carrie.
me. This has been so fun.
So fun.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to wrap things up in just a moment, everybody. This is Kerrigan and Company.
Experience the groundbreaking masterpiece today. An electrifying all-new production of Rent is on stage at North Shore Music Theater from September 16th through September 28th. Get tickets at nsmt.org.
Oh, it's hard to believe, but here we are at the end of summer. However, you still have time to take advantage of some incredible specials being offered by my friends at Sienna Aesthetics Medical Spa in Beverly. If you've been thinking about facial fillers, now's the time to chat with one of their experts. How about a great end of summer facial or some Botox for the fall, all at fantastic prices? Make an appointment now at siennaaesthetics.com. That's siennaaesthetics.com. Tell them them Kim sent you. This segment of Kerrigan and Company is brought to you by Sienna Aesthetics Medical Spa. Take years off your face with the very latest technologies at Sienna Aesthetics in Beverly. Well, it's that time of the show that we wrap things up, and boy, have we had a good show. I have so enjoyed having Danielle Noyes, meteorologist Danielle Noyes, sitting in and keeping me company today. Michael Bivins was fantastic.
I love him.
He was fantastic. I think he's got 2 new major fans.
I'm going to rock that hat once he sends
it. Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. We'll get together. We'll get on.
Take a selfie.
And then, of course, Carrie and the farm and what
the
you guys
incredible
do for
work that they do it's inspiring. It really is.
It's terrific. So thank you very much for bringing her to us and reminding everybody that tickets will be going on sale for their big gala just after the Labor Day holiday. So before we go, again, Danielle and her husband Matt, they left the lights of TV, sort of. Danielle still kind of bounces back and forth to start their own company. It's an app, and it's 1 Degree Outside. It's a weather app, but it's so much more than a weather app. It really is. And the first reason it's so much more is because you two are personally involved. We see you. You talk directly to the audience, which I so appreciate, and I think is so great. So it's very much like feeling like you have a connection with someone that you've
It's like having a weather pal, your weather buddy, right there, and you're in the palm of your hand.
And I know it's been so successful. And if you're looking for it, folks, it's the number 1 and then the little degree sign and then outside. And you can find it on anywhere that you get your apps in an Apple store.
100%.
But you guys have a streaming system services
it's coming out. So this is so exciting because one of the questions we still get asked is, we missed you on TV, and it's that familiarity of watching for decades. So we're starting a streaming platform. It launches tomorrow, ironically.
So tomorrow would be, let's say, the date. Because
Wednesday, which is the 29th tomorrow. Right. And you'll be able to find it. You can into YouTube on your TV, the little remote, you can say, watch 1 Degree Outside on YouTube. We plan to expand to more streaming platforms, hopefully soon, Roku and, Amazon Fire, because it'll be right there. You can pull it up. It'll also be right on the app. All the weather info, our videos, alerts, weather maps, the radar, all in one spot. Think of it like, a weather platform.
Yes.
And absolutely. You can pull it right up on your TV.
Wow, that is so fantastic.
We're really excited about it.
You should be very excited about it. And people will feel so comfortable because they want to see you on TV again. So there you'll be on the TV.
That's our thought. Weather, anytime, anywhere.
Yeah, that is so great. How frequently during the course of the day do you guys update?
We update pretty regularly.
Yeah.
Every day we do multiple videos. But of course, if there's severe weather or any big weather story, we're updating. And that's really cool feature of this live stream, too, is we can pop in and be able to do live updates and insert them right into that feed as well.
Which is so great.
It's
That's
really
terrific. Danielle, what did you guys have to go through to put together that studio?
Well, I will tell you that Matt is a big coder. He computer codes. So this is like his MO on the side. So he computer codes all this stuff to put it together. The studio, we got the lights, we've got the camera, we got the microphones in there too. We, bought a green blanket on Amazon, but you put that up, we got the green screen, and we've got a traveling green screen too. So we got all our bases covered.
Yes, you certainly do. Well, it is always accurate. It is wonderful. I love, that I'm getting my weather in Swampscott.
Yes, you can pinpoint your exact location on it.
Exactly.
I'm so glad.
So I know what my beach day is going to be like
100%.
or not like.
That's important.
It is
you
important.
Need to know.
That's for sure. That's for sure. This has been great fun.
Thank you so much, Kim.
So happy
this has been a blast.
Thank you. It's been great to have you. It really has, and it's a treat to finally get to meet you.
Thank you. You
and
as
we'll
well.
be back with our hats.
Yes. We'll take a selfie with those. Enjoy the rest of summer. It's almost over.
Thank you. Yeah, you too, because I know this is a crazy time for your kids going back to school.
Next year, school sports, the whole rigmarole starts up.
You know what? But it's all the good times.
So much fun.
Enjoy every second of it.
Thank you.
Danielle Noyes. All right, everybody, that's going to do it for this episode of Kerrigan and Company. Quick reminder that if you are watching on YouTube, please subscribe and be sure that you like us on all of our social media and you follow us. And we'll be back next week. Thanks, everybody, for listening to Kerrigan and Company. To find out who will keep me company and be my co-host on the next episode, be sure you follow us on Instagram, Facebook, X, and TikTok. Kerrigan and Company is recorded at the Big Night Studios at the TD Garden in Boston. You can view the podcast on YouTube and listen to it wherever you get your podcasts. Be sure you tell a friend. The executive producer of Kerrigan & Company is David Thompson. Our engineer is Peter Hurley. And our social media managers are Grace Kerrigan, Colby Thompson, and Riley Thompson. See you next time.